Hey guys, we are back, finally, Franchise Hockey Manager 8. Jeff and the guys over at Out of the Park Developments, Franchise Hockey Manager, got us sorted out, got us up and working, and I believe that deserves a like. So if you like Jeff and the FHM team, leave the video a like. That would be awesome. But yeah, we're back. We are back. I was able to sim ahead. Hopefully we won't have any more crashing problems going forward. Yeah, and it's been almost a week, and you guys are going to get 2 videos this week. You're going to get a video today, which is Wednesday, and you're going to get the Friday video as well. So this obviously is doing better on my channel than anything else, so I would like to make sure that I continue to get 2 episodes out a week. I got to sort out my schedule. There's so much stuff that I want to play right now, so I want to make sure that I'm getting the videos out that you guys want, but at the same time, I'm not burning out from playing the game too much, because I play this offline too. So I don't want to burn out from the game. That actually happened to me last year in FHM 7. I did so many Bruins videos that I burned out on the game really, really quickly, and I don't want that to happen this year. So I don't want to say we're gonna take it slow, but I'm going to be cognizant of how much I'm playing online and offline so that I don't burn out from the game and I can continue to enjoy it throughout the rest of the NHL season. So let's take just a very, very quick review over where we are and kind of how things are looking right now. So we are a surprising 39-18-3, second place behind the Lightning, battling with the Bruins for that number 2 spot in the Atlantic Division. Our goaltending has been absolutely lights out this year. Nobody would have expected this, but our goaltending tandem of Dustin Tokarski and Craig Anderson are in the top 8 in both goals against and save percentage. So our goalies have been great this year. Offensively, we have been a pretty let's see, does it show it here? Yeah, we have been a pretty good offensive team. 214 goals. We are second in the NHL in goal scoring to the Boston Bruins, who lead the league with 217. 142 goals is good for second in the NHL. So we're second in goal scoring, second in goals allowed, first in goal differential. Look at 22-6-2 on the road, only 17-12-1 at home. So we've been really good offensively and defensively. You can see our stats. Jack Eichel leads us in points, 60 in 52 games. Cousins has 48. Our trade deadline acquisitions, Dominic Kubalik has got 11 points in 14 games after scoring only 20 in 45 with Chicago. John Klingberg has 9 in 19. And Jordan Stahl, who was the latest acquisition, has got 10 points in 10 games after only scoring 10 in 30 with Carolina. So I think we're in a position where we are about ready to just kind of get going here. So let's go to our schedule and let's end the day. And I think I'm going to do, my plan in the last video was to sim until we win again. My plan in the last video was to sim up until like that last week of the regular season and then come back and sim a day at a time to kind of see what position we lock down in the Eastern Conference. But that's, I think, what I'll probably do here. So we win this game. We win our 40th game of the year. We're 40-18-3. We get down 2-0. Brock Besser and Bo Horvat score. Kubalik with a couple of power play goals from Cousins and Eichel, then from Haag and Eichel. And then in the third period, Eichel with goals from Kubalik and Miller. Eichel from Ruotsalainen and Cousins. Miller would score to make it 4-3, but we would pick up the win. Tokarski stops 30 out of 33. So I think what I'm going to do is, now that we're back, I am going to sim up. The season goes all the way through here. Okay, so I think we'll sim up to like here, sim up to like this through the 17th, and then I'll come back and I'll do day to day with these last 6 games. So I'll be back in about a month. Hang tight. Be right back. Okay, we are back. It is April 12th, and we've hit a rough patch, by far our roughest patch of the year, and it came at the worst possible time. So I don't remember where we ended up, somewhere around here. So you can see we lost 5 straight to end the month of March. Not good. Lost 5 straight, came into April, won a couple in a row. then lost 3 straight. So we've only won 3 of our last, 3 of our last 12? 3 of our last 12, something like that. So we are now 5 points now behind the Bruins. We are in 3rd place. Unless it's a complete collapse, we should still end up in this number 3 position. So we don't have to deal with the wild card. But yeah, we have fallen out of that 2nd spot. We did get Kyle Okposo back from injury, which is good. So we have him down the stretch. But yeah, we've hit a rough patch here towards the end of the regular season. Okposo is 100% ready. We got a game today against St. Louis. Let's see how that goes. Can we snap out of this? We do. We win 5-2. 4 goals in the first. Olofsson, Bryson, Middlestat, and Asplund. Mason Shaw with a couple of assists. Middlestat scores a goal in the second. 45 assists for Dylan Cousins this year. Craig Anderson stops 21 out of 23. So we're 5 points behind the Bruins with 8 remaining. So yeah, I think we're pretty much stuck in that number 3 spot unless things go sideways for us here over the next week and a half. Matt Martin and Ross Johnston, I'm good. So 44, 27, and 3 in our first season at the helm. Jankowski waived. Devin Dubnyk signs a 1-year extension. We got back-to-back games against the Flyers here. Let's see how game 1 goes. 7-2 wins. So there we go. A couple of back-to-back wins. The offense is up and rolling. A 5-goal second period. So Eichel in the first, Stahl in the first gives us a 2-1 lead. Clendenning scores to tie it at 2, and then our offense explodes. Middlestat, Cousins, Eichel, Shaw, and Kubalik all score. 7-2 is the victory here in this one. Very spread out scoring. Cousins and Eichel each with 3 points. A lot of players with 2 points. Tokarski gets the win, stopping 26 out of 28. And Olofsson is hurt. Damn, how long is he out for? 1 to 2 weeks with a bruised collarbone. All right, so we will get Gergensen's back out there. And we will shift our lines around. Gergensen's, we'll put Ruotsalainen on that line with Stahl and Skinner, and then run Shaw, Gergensen's, and Bjork, I guess. It's not ideal, but what are you going to do? Another game against the Flyers. Can we get the sweep on back-to-back games? No, we lose this one 4-3 in regulation. Yep, 3 goals given up in the second. Stahl, Lawton, and Oscar Lindblom. We were up 3-1. Eichel, Ruotsalainen, and Cousins score. Anderson stops 26 out of 30. So we're 3 games behind the Bruins. Bruins have a game in hand. I think we play them one more time. I think we play Boston once more this season. So you get a chance to make up a little bit of ground there, but we need to pick up some points elsewhere. That's not going to do it. A 6-1 loss at Ottawa. Thomas Nosek waived by the Bruins. We'll leave that alone. So we're 9 points up on the Maple Leafs with 5 games left. Okay, so I think we're going to end up in that 3 spot. We'll take a look at team and team stats and stuff here in a minute, and there we go. We bounce back with a 3-1 win. And one of the things I'm going to do is one of my viewers, Dan Babic or Babich, I'm not sure which one it is. I'm going to go with Babich. If it's wrong, Dan, let me know. He hosts his own channel, Dan Sim Racing. He provided me with some little video graphics, which are pretty cool. So what I'm going to do, I think the next episode, once we're done with this one, or once we're done with this season, I'm going to do a quick, like 10 or 15 minute, like league recap, like it's a news show kind of thing. So keep an eye out for that. That should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to that. Here we get goals from Okposo, Butcher, and Klingberg. Tokarski stops 21 out of 22. So 3 games behind the Bruins still. Bruins still have a game in hand. Hopefully that they lose that game in hand and we can get back into it. Anything interesting? Kane's out for 4 weeks. taking on, is this the Rangers or the Islanders? Islanders. We lose 2-1 in regulation. Those regulation losses, man, are killing us. That's the difference here. If you look at the two teams, we've lost 30 games in regulation and 3 in overtime. The Bruins have lost 23 games now in regulation and 13 in OT. So that's where they have all of those extra points from. Galchenyuk is waived. Oh my God. Look at all these injuries. So Stahl comes out, Barré-Boulet comes in, Bryson comes out, and Haag comes in. Oh, man. Down the stretch. Let's just get the regular season done. Man, this is brutal. 4-1 victory there. And now Girgensons is hurt. Kubalik with a couple of goals. Eichel has 2 goals. So Eichel scores his 38th and 39th. Yes, I know he's hurt. We'll get up to our next game and then figure it out. So 4 games behind the Bruins with 2 games in hand. We have a game against the Bruins. So we have to win that game. We have to win our last 2, and the Bruins have to lose their last 2. We got the Bruins and the Blackhawks down the stretch. So let's look at our roster. I don't know. Okay, he's out for 1 to 2 months, so we're going to have to call somebody up from Rochester. Is it Tage Thompson? I think it might be. Yeah, we'll call Tage Thompson up. Go back to the Sabres, put Girgensons. Oh, we will replace Girgensons with Thompson first. And then Girgensons will go on the injured list. Let's reset our lines here real quick. So we got Eichel centering Kubalik and Cousins. That's fine. Middlestat centering Okposo and Asplund. We're going to move Shaw up, and he'll center Rustalainen and Skinner, and then Thompson, Barré-Boulet, and Bjork. Our top pairing, screener. Our top pairing, Dahlin and Klingberg, Butcher, Jokiharju, Miller, and Haag. That's fine. Kubalik, Eichel, Cousins, Barré-Boulet, Klingberg. Yeah, I'm fine with that, I guess. All right, let's see how this one goes. We need this win in Boston. We pick it up. We win 3-1, so we still have a shot at that number 2 spot. So Mason Shaw from Butcher and Skinner, Jokiharju from Butcher and Kubalik. Pasternak will get a goal. Look at Patrice Bergeron, 65 assists for the captain. Marchand, 56 assists. Okposo from Asplund and Jokiharju. So Anderson tops 34 out of 35, and we are 2 points behind the Bruins. Each team has 1 game left. We're taking on the Blackhawks. If the Bruins lose and we win, we're tied for second. I don't know who's going to get that number 2 spot, but we will see. So let's finish the game. We lose 2-1. We lose 2-1 in a shootout. So we finish with 100 points, which is obviously quite good. Much better than I anticipated, but a little disappointing given where we were a month ago. You know, we had that number 2 spot. I don't want to say locked up, but we had that number 2 spot. And the Bruins lost. So if we had won, we would have finished tied. So we finished 3rd in the Atlantic Conference, or Atlantic Division rather. And we don't have to deal with the wild card. So that's good. All right. So where are we for playoffs? Playoffs start on May 1st. So let's just get up to the playoffs. We'll see who we're playing. We'll take a look at our team stats, and then we'll start simming some postseason. Sebastian Aho. And we're taking on the Bruins in the first round of the postseason. Of course we are. The high-flying Boston Bruins. So development report. Got some young players developing nicely there. Ryan Johnson. He'll likely be, I don't know, will he be up next? I mean, Power will be for sure. Are we going to, I think we signed Johnson. I think we're going to go super, super young next year. Mixed in with the veterans we have. I don't know that we're going to be super active in free agency. I think we're going to let the people go that are potential free agents and then go super young. Top-selling jerseys, Bergeron, the number one jersey in the NHL. Panarin and Vasilevsky are your players of the month. We'll set our monthly budget. That's fine the way it is. All right, so let's take a look at our... Oh, good, Bryson's back. Bryson's back. Let's get him in right away. Replace with Bryson. Go to the lines. Bryson and Yoki Haru, Miller and Butcher. Olofsson is still day-to-day. Stahl is out for another week or two. So we're going to be a little shorthanded going into this series. So Eichel finishes with 86 points in 74 games. Average game rating is 72. Dylan Cousins with a really nice second season as a 21-year-old. 18 goals, 50 assists playing alongside Eichel. Olofsson, when he was healthy, was almost a point-a-game guy, so he was critical to our team. Kyle Okposo with a renaissance year. His best season since 2013-14 when he scored 69 nice points for the Islanders. 75 game rating, 55 points, and a plus 32 for the veteran Okposo. We talked about Olofsson. Rasmus Dahlin had a really nice year, 51 points, plus 12. Middlestat had a nice year. All in all, he had a good year, 47 points as our second-line center. Getting him Kubalik obviously helped. Kubalik was almost a point-a-game guy after we got him from Chicago. Asplund did a nice job averaging almost a point a game, and he was a point every other game playing on the third line. Same thing with Skinner, about a point every other game. I mean, a point every other game out of your third line right wing is great, but not when he's making $10 million. So that's something we're going to have to deal with. Bjork had a nice season, 37 points in 82 games. Klingberg, 34 and 79, 15 and 40. Game rating is 70. Mason Shaw was a really nice waiver wire pickup for us. He's going to be a pretty solid banger type for us. Good third line type center. Jordan Stahl had 19 points in 29 games. Short-term rental there. Ruotsalainen was okay. 29 points in 82 games, and you get into the defense. Yoki Haru, Butcher, Miller, Bryson all did quite well, actually. Look at their plus-minus. I know it's not the be-all, end-all, but did quite well. Tage Thompson played in about half the games. So really solid offense across the board. A ton of different goal scorers. Goalie, Tokarski, 25, 12, and 3 with a 2.34 and a 9.25. Anderson, 23, 18, and 1. Goals against 2.5. Save percentage, 9.16. So overall, I'm happy with the way things went. Let's see what else we want to look at. Who led our team in hits? Okposo led us in hits. Eichel led us in giveaways. Miller led us in takeaways. Klingberg, Butcher led us in block shots. Klingberg wasn't there the whole time. Our best face-off guy was Stahl. Of center, we were a below average face-off team. It looks like Eichel was our best. Yeah, won 564, lost 560. So, time on ice. Who led us in time on? I want per game. Shifts, shots per game, time on ice, power play. That's even strength. Shorthanded time. Who led us in shorthanded time? Dahlin and Bryson. That's not a surprise. Even strength, time on ice per game. Colin Miller led us at even strength time on... Wait. Average. Is this average time on ice? Is that what this is? Yeah, time on ice per game. Klingberg led us. Eichel, Miller, Butcher. I don't know why Dahlin wasn't up there, but... average shifts per game. Klingberg led us in shifts per game. Ruotsalainen led us in average time. Dahlin led us in penalty minutes. Only 5 majors. Is this fights? Yeah, we only had 3 fights. Miller, Olofsson, and Butcher. And fights 1. Only Colin Miller won a fight this year. Advanced stats, I'm not even going to pretend to understand. I know you can see it right here. Corsi on the average number of shot attempts the team gets relative to its opponent per 60 minutes with this player on the ice. A negative number indicates the team gets outshot while the player is on the ice. So I didn't have a single player who was a negative. That doesn't make any sense. Corsi. Oh, okay. So it takes your Corsi on and your Corsi off. So, okay, I get it. So a rough indicator of the player's overall contribution to the team. Positive totals indicate a net contribution to the team's success. Negative numbers, less likely to win. So a lot of negative numbers here, but a couple of really good ones. Fenwick, block shots, goals for per 60 minutes. Kyle Okposo led the team in number of goals for every 60 minutes that player spends on the ice. So some interesting stats, and we'll take a quick look at the league leaders. Like I said, I'm going to do a recap when the season's over. It'll be a quick, separate 10, 15-minute video, which I'll probably do after next episode. So when I record the next episode, which will be on Friday, I'll probably do a season recap that I'll post over the weekend or something. Haven't really gotten that far yet, but Kyle Connor led the league in goals with 53. Tarasenko had 50. McDavid 49. Panarin 73 assists. Zibanejad led the league in points with 107. Marchand led the league in plus minus. Anders Bjork led the league in, look at all those shorthanded goals. 4 for Bjork, 3 for Asplund, 3 for Shaw. Connor led the league in power play goals. Austin Watson in penalty minutes. Ryan Ellis in block shots. Claude Giroux in faceoffs. Goalie leaders. Vasilevsky had 49 wins. Ilya Sorokin led in losses. Vanacek led in goals against. Vasilevsky led in goals against. Tokarski finished 4th. Save percentage, Tokarski finishes 2nd. Vanacek led in saves. Vasilevsky had 12 shutouts. He is the Vezina winner. More leaders. What else do we got here? Average game rating, McDavid at an 89. Roman Josi, a 96 defensive game rating. Holy crap. Rookie goal scorer, or rookie points, Cole Caulfield. No surprise there. We got Sean Rutsalainen on there at 11 and 13. Connor had 10 goals. Juhar Kyra led in fights. Brady Tkachuk in hits. Eichel led the league in giveaways. Look at all these giveaways. I wonder if that's got to be a function of how we have our game, of how we have our line set, kind of more aggressive. But I'm fine with that given the results. So attendance, how did we do in attendance this season? Where are the Buffalo Sabres? Right there. 18,815 on at home, so we're middle of the pack. Maybe slightly above middle of the pack. 30 home sellouts, 99% capacity. I'll take it. All right, so let's quickly take a look at the Boston Bruins before we get into that series. So Marchand led the team in scoring 101 points in 79 games. Pastrnak, that top line, Marchand, Pastrnak, and Bergeron are just unbelievable. 40 goal scorers in Marchand and Pastrnak. Bergeron, 89 points. Taylor Hall. Is Hall hurt? Well, they don't have him dressed, but Hall had 59 points in 71 games. Mike Riley, 44 points. Eric Howla, 43. Jake DeBrusk, 41. Craig Smith, 41. Charlie Coyle, 38. McAvoy, 37. Foligno, 25. Forbert and Carlo, both 24, 25. Justin Danforth, who they, I guess, signed from the KHL, had 21. Trent Frederick. Yakov Trenin, they got from Nashville, had 19 points. John Moore, Jeremy Lauzon. They got back from Seattle, I guess. Seattle took him in the expansion draft. Max Lajoie or Lajoie. Jack Studnicka had 5 points, 4 goals. Their goaltending combo of Swayman and Ullmark. Jeremy Swayman, 14 and 10 with a goals against of 3, and Ullmark 30 and 15 with a 2.92. All right, so let's see how this goes. Game number 1 against the Bruins is a 3-0 loss at the TD North Garden. So Ullmark pitches a 31 save shutout. They get goals from Smith, Marchand, and Pastrnak on the empty net. to do, I think, Hall of Fame voting here in a minute. Yeah. Hall of Fame nominees. Who do I want to nominate? I love me some Keith Tkachuk, so I'm going to vote for him. All right, let's look at the nominees. So Hart Trophy nominees, Panarin, McDavid, McKinnon, Vezina, Vasilevsky, Stolars, and Hellebuck. Norris, Fox, Makar, and Krug. Calder Trophy, Chelmevsky, Cole Caulfield, Spencer Knight. Executive of the Year, Julian Brisebois, Cheveldayoff, and me, Rob Ray. Selke, Kopitar, Stone, and Palat. Lady Bing, Panarin, Besser, and McDavid. The Messier, Petrangelo, Landeskog, Stamkos. Lindsay, Panarin, McKinnon, McDavid, and the Jack Adams, John Cooper, Paul Maurice, and me. Very nice. All right, let's get up to game 2. So we got a couple of potential award winners. So Olofsson is ahead of schedule. Should be safe to dress him. That's fantastic. So let's get Thompson out, get Olofsson back in, make sure our lines are set. Olofsson up there with Eichel and Cousins, Kubalik, Middlestat, and Okposo. And let's see what happens in game 2. Can we take 1 out of 2 in Boston? No, we get blown out. So the 2 games in Boston did not go our way. Frederick scores in the first, Forbert, Smith, and Pasternak in the second. We finally get a goal in the 6th period of this playoff series, Yoki Haru from Middlestat and Okposo. But then they come right back with Hall and Frederick. So we are down 2-0 coming home against the division rival Boston Bruins. Let's delete all these messages. We need a victory here. Can we get one in game 3 at home? We do. We take this one 4-3. We were down. Okay, so Eichel gets on the board first. No scoring in the first. Eichel from Bjork and Rustalainen. McAvoy would score from Eric Haula. Taylor Hall would get a goal from Coyle and Pasternak, so we'd be down 2-1. We'd tie it. Miller from Yoki Haru and Eichel. Hall would score unassisted. So going into the 3rd period, we were down 3-2. Dahlin from Asplund and Shaw. And then with just under 4 minutes remaining, Kubalik would get his first from Eichel and Cousins. So we get back into the series. Tokarski stops 36 out of 39. And it is 2-1 now. Can we tie this one up? No, we lose 4-2, and we are on the precipice. So Eichel would get us out early from Cousins and Bear, Boulet. DeBrusque would score from Bergeron and Carlo. Bergeron would then score from Lauzon and Smith. We would tie it. So through 2 periods, we were tied at 2-2. Olofsson from Eichel and Dahlin. Pasternak would score a couple of goals in the 3rd period. We need 3 straight now against the Bruins, or our season is over. Let's see how game 5 goes. And we pull this one out. We stay alive. We win 3-2. 3 goals in the 2nd period. So Coyle from Riley and McAvoy, they were up 2-0. So Coyle and Pasternak would give them a 2-0 lead. Bear Boulet from Rutsalainen and Bjork. Skinner from Yoki Haru and Asplund. Eichel from Olofsson. Tokarski stops 31 out of 33. And we stay alive. Game 6 will be back in Buffalo. Stahl is still out, though, yeah. All right. Here we go. Can we force a Game 7 in Boston? No. Our season comes to an end at home. We lose in overtime to the Boston Bruins. Studnicka would score twice. We'd get goals from Skinner and Eichel. Justin Danforth would score 8:26 into overtime, and our season comes to an end. So we can now, let's just sim ahead to the end of the Stanley Cup Finals. So Toronto and Tampa tied at 3. Vancouver, Calgary tied at 3. Nashville and Colorado. So Nashville, Calgary, and Tampa all advance. So Boston leads. Carolina leads 1-0. Vegas leads 2-0. Winnipeg. So the Western Conference are both 3-0. The Eastern Conference are both 2-1. Bruins and Lightning are tied at 2. Tampa and Carolina both lead 3-2. Tampa and Carolina in the Eastern Conference will battle for the Stanley Cup. And in the Western Conference, it's Winnipeg and whom? Winnipeg and Vegas. So Winnipeg is up 2-0. Tampa's up 2-0. 2-1. Winnipeg is a 3-0 lead over the Golden Knights. So we're going to hit June 1st here, and that's why there's a delay. It's going to pause. And I do want to save it just in case the game crashes again. So once the game comes back, I will save real quick. Oh, it's saving for me. Even better. So we'll get to the end of the season. We'll kind of take a look at some of that. I'll probably get up to July 1st. We'll take a look at who's available for free agency, and then we'll call it an episode. So, all right. So, yeah, we have. Where did Florida end up? They didn't make. Excellent. Florida did not make the postseason, which means, right? It was Florida, right? It was the Panthers. Yeah, they didn't make the postseason. We have their first pick. So we have 2 first-round picks this year. What do we need to do? Oh, we're doing the Hall of Fame voting. Who are we going to vote for? We are going to vote for Keith Tkachuk. We are going to vote for Pierre Turgeon. We are going to vote for Daniel Alfredson. And we are going to vote for, I want to vote for a goalie. Let's vote for Cujo. Development report. Some good development out of some of our young players. Some of our older players are regressing. We may try to move Okposo in the offseason. We'll probably just let Stahl walk. I mean, we've got, Quinn's going to be up. Pekka Luukkonen will be up. Owen Power will be up. Portillo's not there yet, but he and Pekka Luukkonen will be our goaltending tandem before too long. Looking forward to that. All right, so let's go ahead and save. I know it just saved, but I want to save again. So all in all, I think it was a pretty successful first year. 48-30, 100 points. We improved the roster by picking up a couple of youngish players in Kubalik and Klingberg. All right, so Gergensons has to go to the active roster. I don't care if Bjork is injured. So Tampa leads Carolina 3-2. They're going to be, so it's 3-3. The winner will take on Winnipeg. So Carolina and Winnipeg in the Stanley Cup Final. That's what I like to see. That should be a fun series. Carolina leads 1-0. Hall of Fame runoff. Roenick or Vincent Damphousse. I like Vincent Damphousse. Let's get to the end of the Stanley Cup Finals. Series is tied at 1. Carolina takes a 2-1 lead. Series is tied at 2. Winnipeg blows them out. Winnipeg 3-2 lead. And the Winnipeg Jets have won your 2022 Stanley Cup Championship. So we need to go in and we need to re-sign coaches and scouts, which I am totally good with. Just sign them all to 3-year contracts, just so we don't have to deal with it again for another 3 or 4 years. Austin Dunn. I wish the coaching was a little more in-depth. Mark Mowers. I went to college with Mark Mowers. I actually broadcasted his games back in the late 90s for WUNH 91.3 FM. I was the voice of the Boston Bruins, I wish. I was the voice of the UNH Wildcats in the late 90s. So, anyway, I find it interesting. You may not. I do. So the Jets win the Stanley Cup Final. They beat the Carolina Hurricanes. So there you go. Kevin Lankinen will not be re-signed. PK Subban will not be re-signed. Tony DeAngelo will not be re-signed. He can go kick rocks. Alex Gogolowski will not be re-signed, and we will delete the messages. We will save again, and we are finally through season 1, guys. A little bumpy there, but again, Jeff and the rest of the team at Franchise Hockey Manager are fantastic. So I'm not surprised that they were able to get me sorted out. Let's keep going. Get up to the awards. All right. Tyler Mott won't be re-signed. Dominic Turgeon traded to the Blues for a 5th-round pick. No contract for Keith Yandel. Dmitry Yaskin. We'll take a look at the free agency. A lot of these guys are going to be RFAs. So, if you see a 3.5 or 4.5 star player in here, assume he's going to be an RFA and that we won't be able to re-sign him. Just, let's get that out of the way now. Which I think most people watching this are probably aware of, but, just in case you're somebody who doesn't quite understand how free agency works in the NHL, you can offer an offer sheet to someone like Evan Bouchard. If Edmonton doesn't match that offer sheet, you have to give up draft picks, and I don't like giving up draft picks, especially with the young talent we have coming up, so we likely won't be targeting any RFAs now or in the future. I'm actually looking for veterans. It looks like there are going to be a lot of free agents. So we will be able to I don't want to say have our pick, but there will be some names in there that we will be able to take a run at. Cool. All right. Dzingel, Cale Addison, they want to trade him? Really? Okay. Eric Gustafson, Yandel, Tanner Kiro, Trevor Moore, Garrett Sparks, and Brett. Okay, so we got the awards. All right. So McKinnon, Panarin, and McDavid. Your heart goes to McDavid, which is not a surprise. He always wins it. Conn Smythe goes to Sebastian Aho of the losing team. That doesn't happen very often, but 29 points in 25 games for Aho. Rookie of the Year, Caulfield, Chmelevsky, and Knight. It goes to Caulfield. Norris, Fox, Krug, Makar goes to Cale Makar. Selke goes to Mark Stone. Vezina's probably going to go to Vasilevsky. Yep. Executive of the Year. Here we go. Breezebot, Ray, and Cheveldayoff. It's going to go to Cheveldayoff because Winnipeg won. No, it's us, Rob Ray. We win the Executive of the Year. Do we also win the Coach of the Year? We do. Let's go. Rob Ray wins the best GM and the best Coach of the Year. I will take it. I will take it. Let's see what we get for points here. Manager of the Year, reached the playoffs, winning season. A lot of green check marks there. Let's see what we get for points. 5 points. Where do I think prospects is going to be clutch because we have so many young players coming in. So if we do that, I think I want to bump up. I think I want to bump up. I want to bump up the tactics. This will influence the effectiveness with the tactics you choose. Outcoach your opposition. I got 3 points left. Or do I want to put it into defensive training? Let's get tactics. Let's improve the tactics. All right, so it should be the 30th. Yep. All-Stars, we didn't have any first team or second team. All-Rookie team, we didn't have anybody there. It's the 30th. Let's save. All right, and I think I'm going to end the episode here because what I want to do on Friday when we record the next episode is I want to do the quick recap of the season, and once we hit July 1st, I won't be able to do that. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. A pretty successful first season, I think, at the helm of the Sabres, 48-30-4. A ton of young talent coming to the team starting next season. We should have a little bit of money to play with in free agency. But it's really going to be a matter of what what our young players are able to do. So I'm really looking forward to next season. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if we're going to target something in free agency, what should we target? I have a feeling veteran goalie is going to be one of the things we have to target. Tokarski and Anderson were both pretty good, but Tokarski's ratings are dropping, and they're both fairly old, and I don't necessarily trust that they'll be able to replicate that. I think if we can get a veteran goalie to go with Pekka Luukkonen, I think that makes sense. But you guys let me know your thoughts. And I will talk to you all again in a couple of days. I will see you on Friday. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.